Hello and welcome to this one video. In this one video, we're going to talk something very interesting, relatively shorter video, but I'm going to nail down this in two parts, which is going to work effectively when you're going to do sales. Now, the video was the name of the video. 2 ways how you are already great at selling. So one of the reasons that you kind of started watching this video is you want to know what is within you. That makes you already a great salesman. Salesperson, saleswoman, what is that? Great at sales in general. Money strategies for introvert entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for joining in, and we are going to dive down into two parts of this whole video. Now, this method. This is something that I've learned from Dean Graziosi. You can search for Dean Graziosi, the legend of what he's doing in this industry. And the moment I heard about selling, I went down with my own mastermind that I had high table, and I made them do an exercise. And I asked them, okay, these are two things. These are two are interrelated. I'll just voice out for you. Point number one, convince me your favorite food, whatever that is. Second one, why you want that for me. 2 points. Like, given those 2 points, now we're going to talk about like how did that help them. Now, sales, right? You want to sell them your courses. You want to sell them your masterminds. You want to sell so that you can make money and impact. That's the sales part of it. But taking like 5 steps back and 10 steps back and thinking of the things that we are already passionate about. Forget about selling. Completely forget about selling. Now I am going to ask you a question, and based on that question, you do this exercise for you. Cool. How are you already and great at sales? The exercise that I gave them is something similar to this one. Okay, great. There has to be one favorite food of yours. What's that food? Your mouth should be watery when I ask that. What's that favorite food? You should already have a pen with you because you take notes while you're watching these videos, right? So what's that favorite food? For me, it's always either biryani or albek or hummus or shawarma or shawaya or something like that. Okay? So that's your favorite food. Now that's my favorite food. What's your favorite food? Based on what your favorite food is, I don't know your favorite food. I never heard of that food, for example. You never heard of shawaya. Cool. That's my favorite food, one of the favorite foods. So now you, whatever the favorite food that you have, now you try to convince me. Why do you want me to taste that food? How is that going to impact me? So we meet, for example, now this is a video, and you want us to meet, and we get over a conversation, we have an offline meeting, an event, a meeting, networking place, somewhere we just hang out. And we get to, it's like a Fazal, let's go to this place. Why is that food? Like, we will go to this place because that place has got this food, and why? Because like, I have never heard of that food. So you introduce me the thought, okay, this is made of these things, and this is why you're going to love this food so much, and you keep on talking about it. And just by talking about it, I am going to just be filled with water within my mouth because you made it sound like that, because that's one of the favorite foods that you're pitching me. You're convincing me to have that food. Do you think that's going to work? Oh yes. How many times you have already done that with your parents, with your brothers, with your sisters, with your friends, with your kids, with your relatives, with anyone, even with strangers? You might have tried this. Like, okay, let's go there. That food, when you have that sweet towards the end of the food, you are going to die, melt or stuff like that. Example number 1. Example number 2 is, what is that favorite restaurant of yours that you want me to try? You just have to convince me. Like, okay, the moment you are able to convince me and I decide, okay, then let's go with your decision. The moment I come to that place, you have already sold me. And another example, food, a restaurant, and another example, I'll try to do this one with, is a movie, a series, a song, an album that you are so close with. Like, what's your favorite movie? That might not be my necessary favorite movie. Maybe I never have watched it. I might have already watched it, but that might not necessarily be my favorite movie. But you tell, okay, you come to a point where, Fazal, let's watch this movie together with this perspective. This is why you're going to love this movie, because we have so many elements. You're not going to share the climax. You never share the climax with anyone. You just give the perspective. This is why this movie is important. The acting of this person is important. The cinematography is great. The music is great. You build so much of curiosity between me, even though I've kind of watched it. But then you take me to a point where, okay, now I'm interested even watching it. Forget about being interested. We are going to watch it right now. That part is selling. Another example, what's the coolest place that you've visited in life where you want us to go? Could be anywhere, could be a village down the street, could be a city, could be a hill station, could be a beach, could be just a place within the city where you find it so calming and peaceful and stress free that within the city that you want us to go. Once at one place. And when you can convince me that one place, and think about it, you've already convinced people the coolest places that you visited, the craziest movies that you watched that's on the top of your list, the songs you listen to, the series that you've watched, the food that you eat, the restaurants you go. You just don't go, but then you want the closest members who come and interact with you. Also, do you want them to experience the same thing that you've experienced, which eventually you are already great at it. That is nothing but you had the power of not just influencing, that's a different story. You had the power of convincing. The moment you have the power of convincing, that already makes you a great salesman, because you were confident that no matter what happens, that food that Fazil is going to taste along with me, who has never had the taste of that food, or probably had the taste of it but not had a perspective. Now that you have set the context right, now he's going to love the food, no matter what food that is. He's going to love the food. The moment you come to that place, you are already a great salesman. You convinced me. I fall for it. That confidence you have. Now that confidence, we just have to shift it from there. That's already there. You just have to model that confidence and have that confidence with your online courses, with your webinars, with your products, with your calls, with your sessions, with whatever you're doing. You just have to model it over here, because initially we are not confident and we are like, okay, buy it, we get this. No, it comes with energy. It comes with enthusiasm, because when we are connected with this favorite item, we just have to flip it over and make them excited about this one thing that you're doing, because they are going to get this result, that result, that's going to help them change the way they are looking at things. They're going to get them, the handwriting is going to get affected, the way they speak is going to be affected, the way they talk to people is going to get affected in a good way. Is going to get better at what they're doing. Once this course is going to, one of the members that I asked this one question, like, do you think and believe that this product is going to help them? She's like, "Arey, सवाल ही नहीं होता नहीं help करने का. This is going to change their life." That was her reaction. Instant. That is what we want. Like, the moment you have confidence with your product over here, your courses, whatever that is, the whole product and services, once you have that, this becomes your favorite deal. You want everyone else to experience this. Remember this. Convincing them to experience this. C to E. You just want to go out there and convince them that you can experience. They can experience it, because you had the greatest. You had the greatest experience in doing this one thing. Okay, you want them to consume this, watch this, learn this, do this, work on this, and also become a better version of themselves when you consume this. Cool, convincing to experiencing. That was all. Like, we just had like convincing and why do you like. So these two things which you already have. Comment down below what's your favorite food, what's your favorite movie, what's your favorite restaurant that you want Fazil to visit, and what's the favorite place that you want Fazil to visit. 4 things. Now, that's an exercise after this video. Put these 4 things and convince me. Like, why should Fazil go eat that food with you? Go out on a place with you, that one place. Go out and watch that movie, watch the series. Like, why do you want me to do that? Like, it comes from your heart. Just an heart-to-heart conversation. You don't need a framework. You don't need a framework. You don't need an experience. You don't need a structure. You don't need anything. Just like, tell me, like, why do I want to, like, and go full on sharing experience. Go full on with energy. Go full on like, okay, why do you want, like, if you can, Fazil, you need to do this. If you don't do this, pathetic. That man. Okay, cool. Put that in the comment section. That makes you a great salesman. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you in another exciting video. Thanks so much for listening to me upon you and your loved ones.